Hi everyone, thank you for joining me this morning on my Facebook Live. I say this morning because it is morning in Taiwan, where I am today in Keelung on the beautiful Celebrity Millennium cruise ship, where I'm teaching mindfulness meditation and giving talks on Buddhism. I feel very blessed these days. So this is a real continuation of the Facebook Live series that I've been doing. I try to do one every couple of weeks or so. It's really a Q&A session. And I got some really great questions from the last Facebook Live session that I did, where I talked about the resting mind and letting go of our identifications. And things like that, things we should have done, things we should have said. And thoughts will also take us into the future. So there's not a lot of resting there. Future anticipation, stress, I hope this happens, I hope that happens, and so forth. So now the mind isn't resting any longer. The mind is now identified with the thoughts that are arising in the mind, and that takes us away into the world of time. A lot of stress there. But if we're identified with the resting mind, if we allow ourselves to rest very deeply and just be in that resting state, then thoughts can arise. And the thoughts don't take us away into the field of time, into the like we're resting, we might be in a resting position on our sofa or couch, but our mind is moving, so the mind is no longer resting there. But it is possible to allow the mind to rest, allow the body to rest, allow the heart to rest. And then a thought can come up, and it just stays for a few moments, and then it disappears. And then another thought comes up, and it stays for a moment, and then it disappears like that. So to answer that question, is it possible to and how do we deal with anger in our life? How can meditation help us with that? And there are many ways, actually, and there are many different meditation techniques designed to help us cope with stressful emotions such as anger, also sadness or depression. And the one that I teach, and the one that I'm most familiar with, goes something like this. I'll just lead us through it. So you can allow, again, your mind to rest, the body and heart to rest, feeling the sensation. Allow that anger to arise in the silence of meditation. Just experience the sensation of anger. You can get curious about what anger feels like. What does this anger feel like in my body? Is there a particular sensation in my chest, maybe a tightening? Is there a clenching in my abdomen? Maybe my shoulders are rising. Flush in the face, clenching of the jaw, the back of the neck tensing up. All of these are typical sensations that might arise sensations of the breath and the body. You've gone too far in that direction. Bring your awareness back, experience the breath. You can take a deep breath, maybe 2 deep breaths. Ground yourself back into the breath, and then bring up the experience of the anger again, like that. It could go the other way too. You could go all the way into the breath and the body, and the anger fades away like that. Now you're not experiencing the anger at all. You're back into the basic meditation of breath and body. So bring the visualization up, bring the anger up, feel the vibration. Success doesn't happen overnight, or Rome wasn't built in a day. So experience the anger. Allow yourself to work with this for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, a lifetime. It doesn't matter how long. But eventually we learn what anger feels like in the body. So then when we are walking through our life, and maybe somebody cuts us off in traffic, and We feel the anger come up into our body, and we know, oh, that's just that anger. I don't have to respond. I don't have to push it away. Now that we've practiced feeling anger in a meditation, we no longer fear it. It's not a problem. The anger is just another sensation, just like any other sensation that we experience. So now that we don't fear the anger, we can allow it to rise in our body. We can experience it. Oh, that's interesting. There's that anger. I must be having this anger because of what this person said, or as a result, I'm responding with anger in my body to what this person said. But we don't need to yell at them. We don't need to scream. We don't need to kick. Meditation practices are mindfulness to repress our humanity. It's quite the opposite, actually. We allow these practices. These practices allow us to experience our emotions very vividly, very clearly, and very honestly. But we don't need to express them in a way that causes suffering for ourselves and others, and we don't repress them, which causes illness in our body, like that. So I hope that helps. There are many, many techniques on working with emotions through meditation practices. Is a complete guide. It's really the only book you need, but there are some chapters in there that deal specifically with working with emotions. And if you have any questions, feel free to message them here. I'll be addressing questions live on Facebook Live, probably every other week now. Thanks again for tuning in, and if you couldn't get the connection up, I'm going to put the video up on Facebook sometime later this afternoon. So may all benefit. Thank you, thank you, thank you.